Wagwan, everyone, and welcome back. Yes, I always say that. Welcome back again to another video up on Tereak Talks. Welcome to the stream, guys. Everyone who is in here, if you're watching it now, just jumped in, hello. If you're watching it later, hello. Leave a comment, guys. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. As you can see from the thumbnail and title, this is a Premier League preview for the weekend. I am doing it earlier, as you know, Arsenal playing tomorrow. I will be doing a watch long for that one. We'll talk more about that. But you know what? I've got a special guest, and he's a very special guest for me. You've seen him in the comments from day one. Yep, you guys would have seen him. You guys are very familiar with him. Let me bring him in. He's got the admin duties, and he's got his name changed just for that. Here he is, my brother, Ed.
How's it going?
First appearance. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah.
First appearance upon Tereak Talks.
Taking it to real fanboy levels now. I'm not just in the comments now. I'm on the channel.
Exactly. Mama made it.
Yeah, exactly.
It is one of them ones. And you know what, guys, we're going to be bringing you this. Ed's always going to be here. Well, not always. I can't say that. But Ed will always have his segment for the Premier League preview. Ed's a numbers guy, as you can see with his name, Edmin. So it's perfect. It's perfect for him to be here, provide those numbers for us. Let me tell you a bit about Ed. In terms, he'll develop on this. When he's talking about numbers, the guy will recognise. He knows all type of players through the numbers on the back of their shirt. Yeah, he won't even need to see him. He just, what is that the number? Oh yeah, Milan Baros, number 5. Oh yeah, straight away. You know, Liverpool fans, and that will bug him. So you know what? Talk to him. Tell him about your numbers, Ed.
Do you know what? It's been squad numbers for football and basketball and other things have been like an obsession of mine since I was a kid. So me and a mate at high school, we were obsessed with them, and I've been obsessed with them ever since. Weird ones like Ivan Zamorano, Inter Milan. He had 1+8 because he lost his 9 shirt to Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo. So stuff like that always stuck with me. So I love them.
Before we get into it, oh yes, carry on. What would you say?
No, I'm just saying I'm here to bring the dad vibes. Doing the admin, doing the old stuff, bringing up old players that no one's heard of, apart from probably Casey.
Probably, yeah. If Casey's in here, if he joins in later, there's your shout out, Casey. But whilst we're shouting out people, let's go to the comments. Eagle Eye Football with his popcorn realist here saying, I'm here. These are people all before the stream, by the way. We've got TCM, Early Gang. Big up you two. Isaiah, nice to see you. We'll be talking about your club, so stay tuned for that. Grace, hello. It's Ed. Look at that with the capital letters. There you go. Grace, now you finally got a face to the name. Here we go. We've got up Vitesse. What was the score, Chris? Let us know. Do you know the score between Vitesse are playing Tottenham?
Yeah. Spurs won 1-0.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Ball. Chris, why are you getting us with that, man, with the up Vitesse? Guess who's back? You got your shout out already, Casey. Isaiah, Tottenham muddied. Wait there.
No. Sorry. Breaking news. Vitesse won 1-0.
Oh, okay.
I got it the wrong way around.
Oh, okay, yeah. Come on. I'd love to hear that. Thank you. I was thinking, what would he be saying up Vitesse? Oh, wow. Tottenham back in the mud. That's new, no? What's your thoughts on that quickly before we go into it?
It's a pointless competition and a pointless team. Let's move on.
Oh, okay, then, yeah. Guys, you're not here for that, are you? So you'd be elsewhere if you was. We've got Paxton here. Ronaldo hat-trick incoming for the Liverpool game. Guys, we will get into that. But before I get into that, I just want to say this video is sponsored by Manscaped. Guys, go check out manscaped.com. In particular, I recommend the Lawnmower 4.0. It is perfect for you if you like male grooming, whether it is on your body. But for me, I use it below the waist when I'm mowing the lawn, making sure the crown jewels are staying protected. And guys, with its advanced skin safe technology, it is perfect. There's no need to worry about any mess being made with your bathroom looking like a crime scene. Guys, it is perfect. I do recommend it. You can also check out their other products. Like Ed, what is it that you've got?
So TCM, who should be in the comments, she's treated myself to some boxes. So yeah, we've got some good boxes, good for football, good for Monday nights when I play football. So I'm looking forward to that.
And use Tereak 20, as you can see the code below, at the checkout, because you will be supporting me as well. They are looking at that. And you know what, guys? I want you to use as much as you can. You know, Christmas is coming up. My birthday's coming up if any of you want to get me anything. But you know what? There's Manscaped. Go check it out in the description below. So, people, let's go and get started into this. First game of the weekend, we have Arsenal, my boys, against Aston Villa at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal just played that. Well, it feels like we just played our last game against Crystal Palace, where you saw me do a watch long for that, and you saw Rich pop in and give his thoughts at halftime at the end. If you haven't, go check it out. But yeah, Arsenal, Aston Villa. Ed, here's your. The floor is yours now. Show the people what you're going to tell them.
So, what we know so far is Arsenal versus Villa. The last 5 games we've got. The last 5 games have been win-win for Arsenal. Then they've lost the last 3. But I am going to ask you, T, is how do you feel about the quick turnaround from Monday night to now Friday night? So you've got Monday night football and Friday night football.
It's weird. I've never experienced that for Arsenal before because we've always been in European football. And I'm not too happy about it. And you know why the Premier League are doing it? Exactly the reason why. It's to generate more revenue. Arsenal draw a lot of eyes. It's able to get them on the TV from not just Arsenal fans, but fans all over the globe. So fans like yourself, you might watch them. Because, you know, people like to laugh at Arsenal nowadays. So it is one of them ones, really. I think we've only had 2 3:00 kickoffs in 9 games now. Whereas I expected us to have a lot more than that this season, being out of Europe. So it just goes to show, get Arsenal on the TV. Let's generate some money from that.
Yeah, Arsenal are always going to draw in crowds, aren't they? Because you've got a worldwide fan base, and now at the minute with Arsenal Fan TV and everything else that's going on, there's a lot of banter to fly around as well, isn't there? So Arsenal's last 5 games, they're unbeaten, 3 wins and 2 draws. Villa's a little bit more up and down, so they've got a win, a loss, a win, and then a loss, and a really, really good loss on Saturday to my team, Wolves, where we were absolutely battered for about 81 minutes and then scored 3 awful goals. Every single one of them, I don't know how they went in, but yeah. So they're on a losing streak of 2 at the minute as well. So yeah, they're up and down at the minute. Both of those, well, not both of those teams, just Villa.
Yeah, for me in this game, I am nervous. Given off our performance that we saw on Monday, not convincing at all. Everybody knows this. We were very lucky to escape with a point in the end. However, that being said, the 2 goals from Crystal Palace did come from mistakes. They did have more chances, but that's not our fault for them not taking their chances. A lot of teams will have that. So in terms of performance, yes, we didn't deserve to win the game nowhere near. And Crystal Palace, as the underdogs, did have a much more spirited performance, and their fans could be much more uplifted.
Yeah.
But I was speaking about this with Rich at the end, and there were a couple chances towards the end of the game in the 85th to 90th added time period, which is where Arsenal did get their goal. Kieran Tierney crashing against the bar, where he should have scored from that position. So I guess we did nick a draw, but you know, maybe we got away with it. I lost faith. So in this game, given our last game against Aston Villa,
big team news though. To Moss's comment, a couple down. Saka's out. We think, isn't it? That's what we think at the minute.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Saka, it looks like Saka is out. He wasn't at training. He hasn't trained since, and he looks like he's still struggling. However, there is a chance, of course, that we may still see him because of the quick turnaround. So. You gave the last results for this game as well, yeah, Ed?
Yeah. So the last results we've got from so Villa have won the last 3.
Yes.
So,
okay. So guys, what I want you to do, me and Ed are about to do this now. I want you to get your predictions for this game in the comments below. Get in the live chat for Arsenal versus Aston Villa. I want you to do this for every game. We're not going to spend as long on each individual game, so make sure you are quick with it.
Yeah.
If you can get all of them in now, that would be I'd enjoy that more. So enjoy that more. It would be preferable if you do that. So let's start off with the Arsenal Aston Villa. Ed, you're the guest. What is your prediction for this game?
So I've gone for a score draw. I've gone for 1-1 with this. I've gone for the reason I've gone for that is that I think Arsenal are the better team, and I think but with the quick turnaround from Monday night and a grueling game, and then to a Friday night, I've gone for 1-1.
Yes, for me, as an Arsenal fan, I'm always going to try and go for the win as much as I can. I'm a bit worried about this game, given the last time, all the 3 times that I've seen Arteta come up against Villa.
Yeah,
it's not been pretty. I remember us losing after winning the semi-final in the FA Cup against Man City, and we lost that game at the back post. Trezeguet scored off of a corner. And then last season, we lost 3-0 at home. And then last season, we lost, 1-0 at Villa Park again. So Aston Villa have had the number on us. I think that it's also going to be a draw. I think it will be 1-1. And guys, I'd usually try and go for an Arsenal win, but predictions are on the line. And there will be prizes given. Guys, there's going to be prizes for who wins. And this is why I want you guys to choose as well, because I will keep these collated. And the ones that are correct, if anyone in the chat guesses correctly, that means that the chat and the viewers will gain points as well. So just to let you know, for the point system, it is 3 points for correct score and result. It is 1 point for the correct result. So if you go for Arsenal to win 1-0, we win 2-0, you get 1 point, and no points if you get wrong. So if Arsenal win and we've gone for a draw, for example, we get 0 points.
Yeah.
So I've gone with 1-1.
So what I'm doing is I'll take a straw poll. So at the minute, it looks like most people are saying either Arsenal to win or Villa to win. So I'll try and take an average of what the chat's saying. So it will be me versus you versus the TTF.
Yes, definitely. And just as before we move on into this next game, I think I have to go through as many comments as I can.
There's a few to catch up on too.
There is definitely. It's been active, guys. Keep them coming. I want you to keep being active. I enjoy this.
Smash that like button too, guys.
Yes, Edmund's doing his job. He's usually in the comments telling you to do that, but he's here now. I misses that shout out. Oh, you need to go back and watch it, Casey. Actually, you know what? May as well tell him now.
I just said I'm bringing in the dad vibes, Casey. So old players, I'll be bringing them up, and probably only you and a couple of other people might know who I'm talking about.
Look at Steve saying, "Are you listening to this, Mom?" I think he's referring back to the Manscaped.
I can recommend the boxers. Yes. Steve.
Steve, you know
something
what?
For Mrs. Stone.
Yeah, get Mrs. Stone on there, Steve. Come on, get us sorted. Moss, Lukaku, done. Yeah, we'll get into that, Moss. Thank you. He's done. I will say that. I have a bad feeling about this game. I know. I feel you there, Steve. Paxton's gone for a 1-1 for me. Saka and Bailey. Saka might not have been playing, but if he does, Paxton, you'll be right. And
bold, picking the scorers, bold. Love it.
I like that. You know what? Extra points to that there, Paxton. You get 4 if you get the scorers correct. It doesn't matter what way Arsenal play. Yeah, they'll probably lose anyway. Guys, I'm just going to skip. Look what Sato's gone there. Yeah, you might not.
4-0 away from home. Woof.
Exactly. You might not want to average that out. But come on, True. Come on, you Gunners. Moss is coming in with a bit more positive vibes. Guys, I'm just trying to catch up to him now. We've got Samson, yes, my G, Grace, and Shearer was saying, what you saying, bro? Hope you're doing good. Sorry. There you are. So, yeah. Guys, keep them coming in, keep them flooding in. We'll get more comments in as we go. So, the next game, Ed, as we can see on our screen, Chelsea versus Norwich. We're definitely not going to spend too long on this one. However, with the team news, I'll bring you that first, and then Ed will bring his numbers.
Yeah.
Lukaku and Timo Werner are both out. So, Chelsea will not have a recognised striker for this game. For me, just as, and as probably for many of you, we don't expect that to be a problem against a side like Norwich, maybe in the long term, depending on how long they're out for. But Ed, you know what? Hit me with some facts. Can you change my mind? Come on.
No, it's Norwich. So the last 5 meetings between these two teams, so it's spanning a couple of Premier League years. We've got 4 wins for Chelsea, and they ground out 1 draw in their last season in the Premier League at home. I think that was at the start of the season when everyone thought they were the best thing since sliced bread because Timo Pukki scored a few penalties. So yeah, we've got 4 wins for Chelsea in the last 5 with 1 draw, and Chelsea are coming on an up and down record. So they've won 3 and lost 2 of the last 5, but they also won yesterday, which I think was missed out of my research because I did my research yesterday, but I should have assumed they were going to beat Malmo. And Norwich have, they've got 2 points out of the last 5 games. They've got 2 draws and 3 losses. So I think if we wind up to the predictions, I'm pretty sure no one's picking Norwich to do anything in this game.
No one's picking Norwich. Moss has gone for all of his there. So
Edwin, thanks, Moss.
Cheers for that, Moss. Steve's gone for a 3-0 Chelsea, and Casey's gone for a 2-0 Chelsea win. By the way, Moss, is 2 your favourite number? Because I don't see anything apart from 2 and 1s in there at all. So
great. Also, Grace, what you saying? This is your team, remember?
Grace, we need your prediction. Come on, she doesn't usually come this early with the predictions. You are right, thank you. Grace, you got to be there, get there early. I don't want you to do it for the game. So, guys, I'm going to go first on this one. I do think Chelsea will still win this one. I'm not going to go as more optimistic as the likes of Steve will with 3 goals, because Norwich have picked up their performances in recent weeks, picking up 2 draws. That's in a row. Am I correct? Against Burnley and Brighton. A draw against Brighton, as we've seen this season, isn't a bad result. As Arsenal fans saw, we were very fortunate. And Josh Sargent missed an app. I don't know what he was doing. Ed, did you see that?
No, my ginger brother let me down with that one, didn't
he? Yes, he did. So for me, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. So that's the same as Casey's. What about yours, Ed?
So I'm matching the wife with this one. TCM 3-0. Same as Stone as well, since Mr. Stone said it.
Yes, he did with a 3-0. So. As much as it pains him, I know, Steve. It is horrible to see. Law of averages, mate. I don't blame you. We know what he does on the weekend, then, don't we? With the bookies and the hackers. So Crystal Palace. What? Wait there. Casey, you're moving too fast.
Casey's moving on. This Chelsea and Norwich does have a chance of being a coupon buster, as they call it, if Norwich pull something out of the bank. No one's going to be betting on Norwich this week. Yeah,
exactly. No, I'd avoid that. Just, you know what, because people were going through that as a banker. But Paxton has gone with a 2-0 Chelsea win, and he's gone with the goal scorers as well, Havertz and Mount.
Love that, Paxton.
So, Paxton, again, keep that up. Can you keep that form? You'll do well. So for the next game, Arsenal's previous match, previous opponents, Crystal Palace versus Newcastle at 3:00 at Selhurst Park. Ed, you provide the numbers for us this one here.
Yeah, so Palace, Newcastle, their last 5 visits, they've alternated. So Palace have won 3, Newcastle have won 2. So Palace won 1, Newcastle won the next one, then Palace, then Newcastle, then Palace again. So so we've got draws not on the cards for this one if you go on form.
Yeah, that's now you've said that. What's going to happen, guys? 0-0 all over the place. But with the news coming out of this game, Steve Bruce being sacked, Ed, what's your thoughts on that?
He was the worst manager in the division, wasn't he? He's a throwback to a bygone era. I mean, I'm sure he's happy with his 8 mil. He doesn't deserve the personal insults and all the other rubbish he's been getting. No one deserves that. I mean, I'm sure he tried his hardest, but he wasn't good enough, and he certainly wouldn't be good enough if Newcastle have to stay up before they can start spending their money, so it's a big one. Yeah,
it's true. And that's going to be difficult. For me, I do think it is the right decision to get rid of Steve Bruce. I'm not too sure about the timing and the way that they've done it. You've heard me talk about that a lot. I think it's very disrespectful, and it is, what would you call it? Is it like gross? No, not gross misconduct. Like, it's very unprofessional the way that he's being thrown under the bus at Newcastle.
Yeah, it's not acrimonious, is it? They've come in with all their money, and they've looked at social media, they've looked at Twitter, and everyone calling Bruce Cabbagehead and all the other stuff that they send him, and he's not good enough. But yeah, he doesn't deserve the abuse. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly. Sam Allardyce came out and spoke about it, and he was saying, you know what, I've been in that situation at Newcastle when the fans don't want you. You're just waiting to leave, because you're never going to leave as a manager. You're never just going to go out like that. well, we don't know. I think that may have happened with Steve Bruce. Who knows what's happened behind closed doors? Because I think they're both happy to leave in that situation. Like usually when you see left by mutual consent, it's kind of not that way. It's never really mutual. It's probably mutual by payoff. But with this one, Steve's like, you know what? For my mental health, I want to probably get out of here.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
So what's your predictions for this game, Ed? Crystal Palace versus Newcastle.
So it's got, like you say, it's got the last on match of the day vibes all about this. But I've gone for 1-0 Palace.
1-0 Palace. For me, after Palace's brilliant performance, it's all about keeping that back door shut. Do you know they only have, one win this season?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one win this season for Palace, even though they have been very good in their performances and troubled a lot of teams, a lot of difficult teams too. So they really do need to pick up the win on the here. I think that's why I think it's a big game for both sides. So I am going to go with a Palace win. Just to be different, I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory against Newcastle. So, 2-0. Guys, get yours in the chat. We've got Steve gone with a 1-0 Palace. Same as Steve and Ed. Great minds think alike. Teach gone with a 1-1 draw. Same as Casey. Unless Casey's changed his mind. Paxton, Crystal Palace, Zaha and Elise. However you say it. That is exactly it. And Wilson. So, it's gone with the scorers. Zaha is back, by the way, guys. Sorry, I did mention that. He is back, and he will be back for this game, having missed the previous one with illness, not with the
dreaded... Good for my FPL team, though.
There you go. If you guys, FPL, go check out. Go check it out in the link in description. Go join it if you haven't already. Casey, Moss, they're always on about it to me. So, and they're trying to catch me up. I think they may have overtaken me. Moss is trying to win the league, but that's going to be difficult. We've got Bungle at the top there. Sorry. If he's watching this back, he'll know that I pronounced it wrong. Bruce was unlucky. However, he got 8 million exactly. We've got Mama Talks in here. Hi, everyone. Saying hi to all of you guys. Zaha and Edward. And what did he go for? If Bruce was thrown under the bus, the bus would stay put. Put Alan, leave the man whilst he's down. Hayden's gone with a 3-0 Palace. Okay. He's unlucky with the new owners. However, here we go. Cabbage Head and any other slurs are uncalled for. Oh, sorry. Casey, I've judged you there. Sorry, that was my prejudice. I thought you was going for him, but now you are right there. Spot on. That is Bungle. So for the next game, we've got Everton versus Watford. Ed, you've got the numbers there?
Yeah, so their last 5 matches, we've got a draw and a win for Watford, and then the last 3 have all been won by Everton.
Okay, interesting. Nice.
And Everton's record is all up and down. Their last 5 matches, they've got 3 losses and a win and a draw. And then Watford obviously started off the season with that great win. And then since then, they've got 1 draw and they've lost everything else.
Yeah. Do you know what? With Everton, big news as well, people. DCL has suffered a setback. So he wasn't expected to return for this game anyway, but he has suffered another setback in rehab with that thigh injury. Josh King returns for Watford. So that's the major important news. Kiko Firmino has returned too. But for Watford, Josh King, maybe. They've got a Premier League proven goal scorer there. If he can get moving and get scoring for Claudio Ranieri after his first game, that horrific defeat and one of the worst Premier League performances I've seen. Ed, what is your predictions for this game? Everton versus Watford?
I've gone very basic. Everton 2-0. Professional 2-0 win is what I've gone for.
Professional 2-0 win. Brush, hope you're doing good. Thank you for joining. You're catching us just as we're going to get to Man United soon. So I want you to be here for that and give us your predictions for these games. For me, Everton, I'm going to go with an Everton win as well. Do you know what? I think this one, actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a 2-2 draw in this one. 2-2 is probably a bit spectacle. It's a bit, going a bit high there. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw because I do think that Everton will, with the likes of Calvert-Lewin missing, Richarlison, I'm not sure if he's meant to be back. I haven't had all the team for this game.
It's not likely, I don't think, for Richarlison.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, for me, I'm going for a draw for this one. I think Claudio Ranieri will get into them. They can't perform much worse than that. And, if they do, then it wouldn't surprise me if he was sacked by this game.
Yeah.
So, I've gone with the 1-1 draw. Guys, get yours in the comments below.
Got a couple of Everton wins, I think. TCM,
yeah,
Paxton.
we have. Steve gone with the 1-1.
I agree with Paxton, though. No goal scoring threat for Everton or for either team, really. But I think, Everton just have the Damari Gray and Townsend. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah. Moss is asking, this is in terms of Arsenal, as we have been linked with DCL. For me, especially now with this injury worry, I wouldn't go for him. With a player like this, when he's suffering this type of setbacks, I want him to prove his fitness now. Because DCL, he has had a previous record of injuries. Last season, he was very good and he was quite clean. However, that's only one season. If you do have a look at his injury record in the past, he has missed quite a few games with muscular strains and tears. So, yeah, and that even last season, actually, he was suffering with a hamstring injury quite a lot, wasn't he, Ed?
His game's impact, isn't it? It's sprints, it's jumps, it's battling with centre backs, isn't it? And if you've got sort of a weakness in the legs, weakness in the muscles, I think his style of play makes him a bit more susceptible. And if he's sort of, your body might let him down.
Exactly. There you go. Everton, no goal scoring threat from either team. Rodriguez scores up. Guess what? James Rodriguez isn't there. He is left. He's not playing for Everton anymore. He's in Qatar. So Paxton, you have to come up with a new one as quickly as you can. Lol, Alan. Tight games. Toffee's goal. He's gone for 1-0. I do think it will be tight and close. I better go. They're not looking forward to Sunday, mate.
We haven't even got to them yet.
I know, Brush. I know. I understand where you're coming from, though. I'm not. I don't know if I'm looking forward to my game tomorrow either. A forehead meant for a CB. Right on, Alan. They're going for me. They're going for me in the chat, guys. So next game. This is actually your team, not Leeds. It is Wolves in this game at Ellen Road. Ed, what is your numbers? And then we'll go to your thoughts.
So this is an interesting one. So the last 5 games Leeds and Wolves have played, Wolves have won all 5 games. That would have spanned...
All 5, he said. It cut off then. Sorry.
Oh, did it? Sorry, yeah. All 5 games. That would have spanned both Premier League and Championship, I'd imagine, going back. And Leeds' record, I think we know they're not doing as well as they were last year. So we've got a couple of wins, a couple of losses and a draw in the last 5 games. And Wolves are on the back of 3 wins in a row.
There you go. Wolves in good form. Leeds, nowhere near it for me. And very underachieving by a massive amount, in my opinion, from last season with all the hype that they've received. So I'm looking at this one now. From what I'm seeing with injuries, Leeds are missing Bamford, Phillips and Ayling. So that British core that they do have, the core Leeds, shall we say, especially with Calvin Phillips in there, and how Bamford has resurrected his career in a Leeds shirt, and Marcelo Bielsa with the likes of Luke Ayling too, former Yeovil and Arsenal Academy graduate. They are missing. Ed, do you know any team news about the Wolves?
I don't think there's any sort of new big news. We're still missing Johnny Castrotto, who's our starting left wing back. But the team will be, I mean, if you know Wolves at all, it's Wolves by numbers. We have the same 13 players that we rotate, and it will be the 3-4-3 or the 3-5-2. No new injuries. I don't think we're missing anyone, and Jimenez will be back. He was only not playing last week because of the Mexico turnaround and coming back late on Friday. So I'd imagine Jimenez will come back in the team as well.
Yeah, exactly. So in terms of you want to go with your thoughts first and predictions?
Well, I've predicted, I think Moss might have said it in the comments, Leeds needs something. Bielsa needs to do something with this one. So I've gone for a 2-2. I've gone to Ellen Road. It's two sleeping giants, although I do hate that phrase. But I'm going for goals in this game. I don't think either team are going to defend overly well, and I think our seasons have proved that. So I'm going to go for 2-2, and I think Jimenez, FPL reasons as well, I want him to pick up at least 1.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for that, Casey. Firpo is out 2. Dan James for Leeds, he's gone. So a lot of people, I think there's only Paxton that's gone for a Wolves win in this game. In the chat. Wow. So people really do think Leeds will bounce back, you and Moss are right. They do definitely need something. And with Ellen Road, the packed crowd, they did play very well up against West Ham, I believe, but Leeds were all open. I remember watching that game. That was a 3:00 kickoff too, and then they picked up a win against Watford. So for me, I'm gonna go for a Wolves win. They did win last season with Jimenez backfiring. You will create chances. And then if Adama Traore is made for this game, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. With Adama Traore, Pedence, anyone with a bit of speed and trickery and technical security, Trincao, I think you will beat them. And it's going to be, it's one of them 3:00 kickoffs that you kind of wish it wasn't. Match of the day will be entertaining, I believe. Having said that, watch it be a 0-0 draw now. I do think Wolves are going to win. I'm going to say by 3-2. I think it's going to be a goal fest.
Good game.
Yeah.
That'd be a good game.
Exactly. And let me see what you guys say. Hayden was saying 35-1 Cody on goal. You would never believe this guy's a Wolves fan. Oh, he's gone Wolves 35. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I've read that wrong there. He is right. He will probably have about that many chances in this game. Raul goal, I think it's kind of easy to go for. And guys, we did check with all of yours as well. I went through, put them all up on there. And Paxton, once again, he's gone for a Jimenez brace. And Bamford, so he's gone with the strikers to score in that one. And 2-1 leads from Steve. Tishy with a 1-1 draw. Guys, keep them coming in. I'm enjoying this one. We're coming in. We're getting towards the end of this. How many games we got left? 5 games. 5 games left. Let's go quickly over this one. Southampton versus Burnley. Ed, what are the numbers that you can give us now?
So the last 5 meetings between these teams, we've got a draw, 2 wins for Southampton, and then the last 2 games, Burnley won. Burnley did the double over them last season. And then Southampton's record, we've got a couple of wins, a couple of losses, and a draw. And then Burnley's record is not as nice as that one. We've got a loss, a win, a couple of draws, and then another loss. So that the stuttering Burnley team, who I tipped to go down this season.
Yep. In regards for the team news, so for big news anyway, Che Adams is back. So if you guys like to have a punt on FPL, if you want to get a differential, go for Che Adams in there. I wouldn't touch any Southampton attackers in my humble opinion. But and then Burnley, Maxwell Cornet is out. He's out for 8 weeks, I believe. Or is it 8 weeks from now?
No. The Cornet news was around the New Year's when the African Cup of Nations. So he's but Burnley will play their 1 to 11, won't they? They play the same 12 players, don't they, every week? So
exactly. Thoughts on this game quickly? I'm going to go for a draw. I think that's kind of easy to go for with Southampton, given what they've done. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And if someone was going to nick it, I'd say Burnley, but I'm not going to put my neck on that.
Okay. I said a Southampton win, so I just don't see Burnley scoring. I don't know who scores for Burnley.
Wood?
I just don't. I don't know. I think the Southampton's defence, I think, are good enough to deal with sort of the aerial threat.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, I do see where you're coming from. We'll have to wait and see in that game. I think Burnley do play decently away from home against these types of teams. They are very hot and cold. Had a very good performance against Leicester, and we saw what Leicester did. So in for the next game now, Brighton versus Manchester City. This is kind of an interesting one. I think it will be a good watch at 5:30 on Saturday at the Amex Stadium. So I am doing a watch along for this, aren't I? From what my schedule says. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are. You better be, because you've told people you are.
Yes, guys, I will be doing a watch along. Sorry there. I was just kind of thinking, hang on, I've got a game for every day, I'm sure. So I've got a video for every day. So I will be doing a watch along for the Brighton Man City game. Come join me for a laugh, and we'll talk about the game. We'll talk about all things too. So this one more of a chilled watch along, really engaging with you guys in the comments. So what's your numbers that you have on this game, Ed?
So for these, unsurprisingly, the last 5 times that these teams have met, 4 of them have been Man City wins. But the last game, Brighton did beat Man City. G. Potter did get one over on Pep. And Brighton's record is unbeaten in the last 5. They've got 2 wins and 3 draws. And Man City have got 3 wins, a loss and a draw in the last 5 games. And I think they're actually on a run of 3 now, because their Champions League win probably wouldn't have been in this research.
Yeah. I understand, man. And Man City, Brighton, giving off their last performance. Brighton are still missing Danny Welbeck. However, he's Basuma may be back. He may return. Manchester City, any injury news that you've seen, Ed, flying about? I've not.
No. Man City. I think it's. It probably doesn't matter if they've got a couple missing either, does it? There's just someone else to come in. Even that Cole Palmer, exactly. Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, for this game, my thoughts on this one, I do think it'll be a very interesting watch with Graham Potter, guys. If you're new to the channel, Graham Potter, he's probably my I have a fan love crush on him with Graham Potter, and I have done for a while. So with Brighton, Manchester City, how I think this game is going to end up, I do think Brighton will give them a good game and will cause Man City some issues. However, their strikers and their attackers just don't cut it for me. And where I will see Brighton fall off, which is why in my predictions, I never went for Brighton to really push that top six, just because of a lack of quality in the final third. I think Man City will edge it. I've seen quite a few people go, Man City are going to batter him. I don't think that's how the game might go. They may end up winning like 3-0, but I think it may be not a clear, true reflection on how the game will end up being. But I'm going to go with a Man City win. I'm going to go by 2-0. What's yours, Ed?
So I went for Man City to win 3-1. I just think that Man City will probably they'll hold on to the ball. They'll strangle Brighton. I think Potter's a very good manager, very highly rated. But yeah, I do think he's going to, they're going to lose this week. But I think Alan put in the comments, Casey put in the comment, we do need to give Brighton some credit. They are a good team. They are fifth for a reason. They are on an unbeaten run as well. But I just think Man City will be dominating. And also, we didn't go through the TTF's Southampton, Burnley, but most of them were saying draw. So everyone brushed over those ones.
Everyone, apologies for that, people. Apologies for that. And speaking of Brush was talking about that he does have Rafinha in his fantasy team, though. So that's a good shout. I do think he's a good pull. And he's not quite a differential, but he's one of those players, if he does perform well, you will certainly move up, Brush. So I do like that shout. Do I have him in mind? I can't remember. I took him out. I put Foden in. So hopefully I don't play. I'm playing with pet roulette there. I've told people don't do it, but now look what's happening. So yeah, that's where Ed's gone for in terms of the chat. You've gone for a 3-1 Man City. We've got a Brighton win. Steve, Brighton win. Hopefully, Steve, I wouldn't mind that. Well, actually, they're probably our rivals at the moment. So, yes, I would mind that, Steve. Come on, let's sort that out. If we can even get as close to them now. Well, we drew with them. Another 3-1. He's gone with Morpay, KDB, and Jesus Brace, or Jesus, because he's Portuguese. Sorry, people. Apologies if we've got any Portuguese people watching this, or Brazilian speaking. Portuguese speaking or Brazilian. Brighton are a fifth. Yeah, you have to give him some credit. 2-1 City. He knows about my Graham Potter love affair. And then, look at Paxton. He's gone ahead as well. So let's go and move on to that now. Brentford versus Leicester at the Brentford Community Stadium. Looks like a good game. This one is on Sunday, 2:00 kickoff here in the UK. Ed, what is your stats and numbers and records for this game?
So with this one, Brentford, obviously, they've been nowhere in the leagues. So the last 5 games these guys have played, if Brentford and Leicester hadn't played each other in the last 2 FA Cups, we'd have been going back to the late 80s, early 90s for the last 5 games. So in the last 5 games, if you want to take anything out of it, Leicester have won 4 and Brentford have drawn 1, but 2 of those are from 1993. So that was before you were born, T, and even I was in primary school at that point. So I think form with this game can go out the window in terms of the teams playing against each other. And Brentford's record is 3 wins, a draw and a loss. They lost their last game. And obviously Leicester have got a draw, a loss, a draw, and then the Man United win, and then the thrilling game yesterday, the four goals for Dakar last night against Spartak Moscow. So they're on the back of 2 wins, and Brendan Rodgers has steadied the ship a little bit, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think it will be an interesting game here with the likes of Tony versus Daka, and Buemo and versus Who else will we have? Mbeumo versus Vardy or Iheanacho? Will Daka start? I'm not even too sure because Iheanacho and Vardy did have a great game against Manchester United. It's going to be an interesting one here. And it's a shame that we've got two o'clock kickoffs with that are very interesting games for this one. But match of the day will be a thrilling, I believe, on Sunday. Got good levels, good coaches in this game, I believe, with Brentford and Leicester. I prefer Thomas Frank over Brendan Rodgers, but you guys will know that already. In this one, how I think the game is going to go, I think it'll be quite cagey. And with how Brentford set up with that 3 at the back in possession, 5 at the back out, really hard work inside, physical threat, Leicester are going to struggle with that. We've seen them struggle defensively, even against Manchester United, conceding 2 goals, 3 goals against Spartak. So, yeah, I'm going to go for this game's tight. I'm struggling. I'm stalling. But I'm going to go for a draw. I think I've got splinters on my bum. I've got splinters there. So, yeah, I've gone for a draw with Brentford Leicester, and I'm going to go for a 2-2.
Right. We'll move over on that bench because I'm sitting on it with you. I've gone for 1-1.
All right, then there we go.
I think at least in the comments, I think we've got a few people torn. Casey's torn. We've got Steve going for a Brentford win. So I think we're all over the place with this one. I don't know if there's an average.
Yeah, it is all over the place. It's not clear to see. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be difficult. What was your prediction for the Palace Newcastle game? I can
tell you that.
There you go.
We've got. I think both of us picked Palace wins. Tereak went for 2-0, and I went for a 1-0. Last on match of the day.
Yeah, I do think in terms of the game, Jay, just running back for you, I do think that you will be comfortable in this one with your performances over the season. Even I think it's a massive game for you, and there is a bit of pressure on Patrick Vieira to grab results because at the end of the day, this league's about getting results. You've only got 1 win, so I do think that you will grab your second win in this game against Newcastle quite comfortably. Newcastle, they're not going to pick up yet until I see a manager that really changed. I mean, gets a tune out of them. They're yet to win, so I think you'll win that comfortably, especially at Selhurst Park with the fans buzzing there. So for the next game, we have a London derby, a very fierce one in West Ham versus Spurs at 2:00 at the London Stadium, where the Spurs fans will be all the way back, hidden. It's kind of like being like Newcastle here in a different way. Instead of being all high up, where you can't be seen, you're so far back, you won't be seen either. So for this one, Ed, what are the numbers and stats that you have for the people listening and for myself?
So the last 5 games between these 2 teams, we've got 2 West Ham wins, 2 Spurs wins, and a draw. The last season we had a draw and a West Ham win. West Ham's record the last 5 games, they've got 4 wins and a loss, and so have Spurs. They're exactly the same. They're on exactly the same run. With the last 5 games, 4 wins for both teams with 1 loss, and obviously the Spurs loss. You might want to talk about that because you may have done a watch along and it may have been Arsenal.
Exactly, I remember that one. So, I'm never gonna go, guys. Well, you know what? Let's take my hat off. And Spurs just lost tonight as well, so that makes it easier to go against them. Any Spurs fans watching, the comments are going crazy. Guys, keep getting them in. Keep getting your predictions in. West Ham, Spurs, I can't really go beyond the West Ham win. Even in performance, I think they'll batter Spurs. But you know what? What we've got to remember is West Ham off of the back of Europa League games. That's just clicked. Have they won one? I don't think they have.
No, not yet.
They haven't won one. And I remember against Manchester United they played, and then who was the second one against? Who was the one more recently in the league? Have you got that in your stats there, Ed?
No, I haven't, but I can find out if you want.
Yeah, if you don't mind. So West Ham, and if you guys can beat Ed in this one, fair play, because you might know it might be rolling off the tongue. So West Ham got a win for me, but Spurs in the Europa Conference League on the same day. However, Spurs do have a bigger squad, so they may be able to cope.
Brentford,
you know what, guys?
Brentford.
There we go. Thank you for that 2-1 loss as well. I'm gonna go. I got splinters back on him, man. I'm not getting the splinters out. I've got even more. I'm gonna go for another draw. I'm gonna go for just like how Moss loves his ones and twos. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw.
But Nuno can stink up any game. I loved him when he was at Wolves for doing that for a good few seasons. But I've gone for a West Ham win. I just don't. I think Antonio's got a chance of bullying the Spurs centre backs. Eric Dyer, as great as he was last week as a human, his footballing ability is getting drawn out. I think so. I've gone for 2-1. I think Antonio's not playing tonight either, so I think he's being rested. I think for the weekend.
Yeah, Antonio can't play these 2 games in a week in a quick turnaround. We know that his hamstrings are major cheese strings. Not like it's not ham, it's cheese. But you know what I mean? Because come on, Antonio representing Jamaica, but it's a shame we're probably not going to see him. Even if he was at a World Cup, I couldn't see him playing in tournament football with the. Yeah, but come on, Antonio. So let me see what the chat is going with.
There's a lot of Palace fans getting angry because I said last time match of the day, but they are right. I forgot about the Southampton Burnley game.
Oh yeah. Now Palace ain't going to be last time match of the day. Yeah, Jay, Nathan ain't happy about that. But yeah, so what we're seeing is West Ham win. Look at that, Nathan gone with a 4-2 as well. Spuds lose 3-1 West Ham 2-2. Yeah, I'm liking this. I hope you are right, guys. I hope it won't be. I hope it will be a West Ham win. Tereak, I'm a bit like Natalie Imbruglia. I'm taught now. Is that the song?
Yeah, that's the song from like the late 90s. That
you see, I had to ask that question then because, KC, this is I'm a baby, in this game. Come on, Antonio being saved today, so he gets a brace against Spuds. That's what we like to see. Moss
is bringing the goal news now. So the Hammers are already 1-0 up in the Europa League.
Up against Genk. Moss, also quick question, is Onuachu playing in this one? So yeah, nice header from Dawson. People, this is the game of the weekend and what you have seen on the thumbnail. It is Manchester United versus Liverpool. Big one, Old Trafford. There's a lot riding on this game in terms of Manchester United, more than Liverpool. Ed, go on, let's present the numbers. Give them the numbers.
So Man United, Liverpool, the last 5 games, we've got 2 draws, two losses for Man United and 1 win. And Man U's record at the minute is all over the place. As you know, we can talk about them all day if you want. They've got 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw in the last 5 games. And Liverpool unbeaten in the last 5 games, including that amazing game against Atletico in the middle of the week. So they've got 2 draws and 3 wins, and they're on the back of 2 wins out of 2.
Okay, so in terms of team news for Man United, there was no injuries that I can think of that came out afterwards from the Atalanta game last night, which we did do a watch long, and many people did. So Liverpool as well. Naby Keita got taken off at half time. That's what I know. But you know what? It's going to be, in terms of my thoughts of this game, I do think Liverpool will win. Let me say that now for Man United fans watching. However, it's going to be a goal fest. I do think that you can cause Liverpool some problems because Liverpool, with the pace and power, with the legs that we're going to see on the pitch, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to put out, we're going to see more legs on this pitch than an R&B video from the 90s. Right? Yeah. That's how the game is going to go. Liverpool high press, Man United with Fernandes running crazy, Rashford, McTominay, Fred. It's going to be interesting to see if he brings back Pogba for this one. Guys, let me know if you think Pogba will come back for this game. I think he was brilliant when he came on last night. In terms of the impact that he had. We know what Pogba can do going forward. We know what he can do in a proper system, but like with players that can get the best around him. However, I don't see Manchester United as that squad built for him yet. And those types of players, they've got too many luxury players. So I do think that just by sheer individual brilliance, as you've heard a lot, and being at home with the crowd, I do think that you will have enough intensity to create chances, and Liverpool not looking the best at the back, as we saw in the Champions League 2. I do think it's going to be a 3-2 Liverpool win. I know I've gone long on that one, Ed. So what are your thoughts on this game?
I mean, I echo all of them, but I think Man United, for me, play schools football. So remember when you were at school, no one wanted to defend, did they? Everyone wants to be a striker. Everyone wants to be an attacking midfielder. And that is what they play. They play this 4-2-4. Poor Fred and McTominay, if I had a drink, I'd pour one out for them because I feel so sorry for them every game. They get ripped to shreds by their own fans when they're left. They're obviously limited players, but they are left to cover the whole pitch while everyone else runs off and has a nice time. I've gone for a 4-2 Liverpool win. There's definitely goals. You know, Dr. Rashford. Hopefully, he can pick one up. You know, it should be fun. I think Paxton's gone. I don't know. He might have got into Mosh's stash. I think he's gone for 8-2 to United in the comments. But there is going to be goals. There is going to be goals in this game. Definitely.
Yeah. Steve's gone with a 3-1 Liverpool. Do you know what, guys? You could all be right, whichever you've gone for. T's gone for a 2-1, 2-1. Salah, Bruno, 3-1 Liverpool. Mainly Liverpool. Well, not seeing one Man United, and even Brush is coming in and he's like, I'm not even giving a prediction for this game by the looks of it. But guys, do keep throwing them in. So whilst we're getting ready to wrap up here, it's going to be an interesting weekend, guys. We've got all your predictions sorted, and Ed's got them. Mm-hmm. This is what we will be doing every week. We're going to have a guest, and Ed's the guest. Well, Ed he's not a guest. He's going to be a regular for this one. Even if he isn't on, he will still be giving his numbers, his predictions, and then we're going to be coming up against the comments as well. So just make it a little bit more spicy in the competition. He will be a feature on this show for the preview. Then we'll talk about it for the review. We'll get discussing about that.
We'll get around it.
We'll get around it. So yes, guys, thank you very much for joining. Let me go through the comments that you got now. Hopefully Salah will fail COVID test or tear his hamstring in training. Mane, Salah to pattern Manchester United. I could see that happening. Yeah. Definitely. What was it, 4-1 last season, as you were saying? Mm-hmm. Gonna channel Kevin Keegan on this one. I'd love it if we beat them. Love it. You know what, Rush? I agree. But, it wouldn't surprise me if Ali pulled it out the bag, though.
No, that is the thing. You're wrapping it up, but we're talking about United, so we can, like I said, we can talk all night. But there's nothing to stop United battering them because they've got this ridiculous pulling stuff out the bag. But not battering them, but nicking it. But I think that the safe money's on a Liverpool win. Should be comfortable. Is it what did Scholes say yesterday? If we play like we played.
Mm-hmm. If we play
Liverpool like at Atlanta, we'll just get battered. So I agree with him.
Which was right. And these former Manchester United players and these pundits, they don't really like to be honest about Ali because you can understand though. Do you know? I've seen a lot of people like going in. You can understand. I can understand to a certain extent because would you do it? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a teammate, and Ali's a nice guy. Everybody's friends with him. So. But I do think they're not being truthful, definitely. No. But I understand why they do it. You know what I mean? Just last one before we get wrapping up. United is coming to shut up shop, but try and nick it on the break counter-attack FC. If someone scores in the first half, I can see 3-2. But if not, I can see 1-0 either way with dire football from United. I see what you're saying. You know what? That's probably a good, perfect way to wrap up the game in words in there, Ferber. So, yeah. Ollie Judge will run out. Exactly. And it was the most sense that Scholes has ever spoken. There you go. Guys, once again, just letting you know that this video is sponsored by Manscaped. So go and check it out. Go check on manscaped.com. Use Tereak20 for all products on there. For me, I recommend the Lawnmower 4.0 for you guys out there. Male grooming, if you enjoy that. In the below the waist, body, you can use it anywhere, whichever you prefer. So go check that out and you'll be supporting the channel as well. Ed, thank you for coming on. I appreciate that.
Comments. Get in the comments after the video's finished, remember.
That's it. Thank you for reminding me. Guys, run these. Yeah, I can't get my words out. Right when this video finishes, got there eventually, please leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts, predictions, anything. Just please leave a comment. It will help, and I will respond to them tonight as well. So try and do it as quick as possible. That's a little task for you. I will get in there. Appreciate you guys, everyone, for coming in. Thank you, Ed. And look at that. Paxton doing it for me as well. Appreciate that one. Everyone's going by. Don't forget, leave a like as well, as we're seeing there. Well done, Ed. You're getting your props there. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. We will be bringing you watch-alongs. Stay tuned. Go follow me on the socials in the description below too. Take care. Good night and peace.